Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for the millions and millions of Drimtell Town fans all across the world, welcome to the end. That is right, after 71 episodes and 6 seasons, we have finally reached the end. Our boy Sia Mitch has completed the story. He's won a Premier League and Europa League double, following in the footsteps of some of the greats, including his father, Cash Money Mark. If you are new to the series, in today's episode, it's just going to be a season closer. We're going to review all the things that happened this season, look at all the stats and the player growth. At the end of the video, there's going to be a goal of the season competition that we run every season, where you guys get to vote for the best goal of the season scored by us. Also, stay tuned until the very end of the episode, because there's going to be a nice little hint at the end, which I think people will enjoy. But there's a lot of things to discuss in today's episode, so let's jump straight into it. Like I say, if this is your first time on the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, all of that. But check out the playlist, bro. Get up to date. You're starting with the last episode. That's not a good place to start. You want to start with episode 1. We've advanced ourselves into the month of June, and the reason I did that was to see this. The Champions League final was between Real Madrid and Milano FC. Real Madrid come out on top. Jude Bellingham there holding the trophy. Shout out to Real Madrid, man. That's another one. What's that, like 27 Champions Leagues they've won now? The Conference League went to Werder Bremen. They beat SK Rapid 3-1. And of course, the Premier League went to Drimtell Town. Hekimoglu with the trophy there. And also, if we scroll down a little bit more in the news highlights, we should see... In fact, let's give a shout out to the women's game. Eintracht Frankfurt beat FC Barcelona in the Women's Champions League final. Shout out to Frankfurt, man, because Barcelona's women's squad is stacked. But there we have it, Europa League winners, Drimtell Town. It's Hekimoglu with the trophy again. Let's have a look at the Premier League standings then at the end of the season. So we do, of course, win the trophy. We only by 1 point, which is absolutely insane. Man City did push us till the final day. It felt like at some point in this season we were going to smoke the league and win by like 10 points. It came down to 1 point. That's crazy. We had 25 wins. City had 24. So did Chelsea. We had 6 draws. City had 8. We actually had more losses than City. They had 6. We had 7. The exact same goals scored. 1 more goal conceded for Drimtell Town. So our goal difference is 1 off. But City, man, what a season that they've had there. And it's just a shame that we were just that little bit better. Reminded me of that season when Liverpool finished second to Man City. But this time we've got our get back on Man City. I said at the start of season 6, Chelsea will give us a run for our money in the Premier League this season. And look at that. At this final game, you know, 3 points separating us and Chelsea. 1 win was the difference there. And they only had 1 more loss. So that really could have been the difference. For anyone interested, the clubs relegated from the Premier League this season is going to be Leicester City, Middlesbrough and Crystal Palace. I think all 3 of those teams might have beat us this season as well. That's the dramatic irony there. Manchester United down in 14th place. That's not good for them. My club, Liverpool, finishing 7th in the league. Not good for them either. But it's going to be Arsenal making up the rest of the Champions League spots. Spurs in the Europa League alongside Brighton. Liverpool, West Ham Conference League maybe. But then we won Europa League, so I don't know how it works. About who gets Champions League for next season. But that might not matter. I showed this at the end of the last episode. Now, the Premier League player of the season has been announced as Man City's Erling Haaland. I thought Oscar Cole would win this trophy back-to-back. Does that mean Haaland won the Golden Boot? Because that's the only reason I can think they could take that trophy away from Cole. If Cole got the Golden Boot and Drimtell won the Prem, why has he not got Player of the Season back-to-back years? Let's find out. Did Haaland snatch the Golden Boot? He sure did, by 2 goals. Oscar Cole scoring 25 goals in 36 games. Erling Haaland getting 2 more goals than him, 27 and 38. Bro, I swear Cole had more than 25 goals. They were talking about this man like he was breaking serious records, but just look at the competition in the Premier League this season. Kiliskoy, I don't know how the fuck you pronounce his name. I'm sorry, any Turkish fans watching. Didn't he score a hat-trick against us, though? That guy, he scored 23 goals this season, Foden with 22, and Victor Gyökeres with 21. Outrageous to see so many players with 20 goals. Endricky with 22 for Liverpool, and Cole Palmer just missing out with 19. But serious competition all around in the Prem this year. Any other Drimtell Town players in this top scorers list? Lee Elliott down in 23rd with 11 goals. And Hekimoglu actually got 10 goals in 18 games in the Prem. Wow, I was not expecting to see his face in the top scorers list in the Prem, I can't lie. Shout out to Hekimoglu. What? 10 goals in 18 games is actually a great record. But only 3 Drimtell Town players in the top 25 top scorers. That's actually still quite a good ratio. Let's check the assist chart for 2 seasons in a row. Playmaker of the season, Lee Elliott. This guy just does it, bro. He just does it. 16 assists for him in 35 games, but Oscar Cole coming second in the Playmaker Award and second in the Golden Boot. 36 goal contributions in 36 appearances. You cannot ask for more than that from Oscar Cole. That's brilliant. The next 3 players all come from Man City, which is outrageous, but I guess somebody had to assist Haaland's goals, even though he's got 10 assists himself. That is wild. Lad, this top assist chart is just the top scorers again, pretty much. Shout out to Tommy Conway from Middlesbrough. He got 7 assists this season. He's up there in the top 25. Kato Yoshi making the top 20. 6 assists in 31 games for him. And my boy, Chris Rigg, down in 25th with 5 assists this season. Let's go, Chris. As for clean sheets, the Golden Glove goes to Andrew. Now, remember we played Brighton? This guy, Andrew, was unbelievable. So fair play to him to grab the Golden Glove. Did we not keep no clean sheets? ITANI only got 6 clean sheets this season. Only 7th in the Golden Glove rankings. Should we have brought in Big Save Dave for this season? He played 2 games in the Prem, got 1 clean sheet. He's in 24th in the Golden Glove chart. I did forget to look at the domestic cups when we were speaking about cup winners before. So Chelsea beat Tottenham 4-3 on penalties in the Carabao Cup. Obviously, we got beat by Spurs 4-3 in the semi-finals. So Chelsea knocking off Spurs. It would have been Drimtell versus Chelsea in the final. That rivalry right there has been won for the ages. And as for the FA Cup, Bournemouth beating Man United 1-0 in the final. Shout out to them. Of course, Drimtell, where did we go out? It was 3-2 in round 5. Chelsea knocked us out. It's been the biggest rivalry of the career mode, I feel like. Us versus Oscarson from Leicester, but also us versus Chelsea. But very quickly, let's run through the player stats in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. See if any Drimtell players made those lists. Hugo Duro for Bournemouth, who obviously won the FA Cup. We've just showed that. He got 5 goals. Paul Mullen from Wrexham, bro, second with 4 goals. Shout out to him. But since we got knocked out so early, I doubt we'll see any Drimtell players, and we don't. What about the assists? If we've got no goal scorers, I doubt we'll be in the assist chart, and we are not. We must have some players in here in the Carabao Cup, though, surely. Let's find out. Ito Shuhei, 4th place, 4 goals in 5 games for him in the Cup. Ito Shuhei, man, I'll still never forgive him for that miss in the last minute. Hino Tomohiro, 3 goals in 4 appearances also in the Cup. He's made the top 20 there. We have a bunch of Drimtell players on the assist chart. Hekimoglu, Amos, and Michael Jackson, all with 2 assists each in the top 10 there for the assists. Other than that, though, nobody worth noting. But Arziani does pick up the EFL Cup Golden Glove. 3 clean sheets in 3 appearances. That is some record right there, mate. Wow. 100% clean sheet ratio. As for the Champions League, we weren't in it, so we don't care. But 3 players tied for Golden Boot. Rafa Leao, Sebastiano Esposito. Don't even know who he is, but I feel like I've said his name at some point during this career mode. And Casper Adam, whoever that is, lad. Probably Lukaku regen, maybe. Pablo Gavi gets Playmaker of the season in the Champions League. I did not know his first name was Pablo. You know, I've never seen Gavi's first name written down, ever. This is the one we care about, though. Europa League, because we did win the trophy. We missed out on the Golden Boot. Hino Tomohiro, 11 goals in 10 appearances. Unbelievable record, and I thought that was enough to get him Golden Boot, but it definitely wasn't. How the hell did he play 17 games? What? How's he played 17, lad? Is there more rounds that we didn't get to go through or something? Feyenoord's top scorer there with 11 goals. Gift Orban. Didn't he score a hat-trick against us? So that's inflated stats right there. I'm saying Hino got the Golden Boot here. Hekimoglu with 9 goals in 8 appearances. Shout out to him. Lansari Amos in the top 16 there. 6 goals in 11 appearances. Bro, how have Feyenoord played 17 matches in the Europa League? That's sent my head west. Ito Shuhei making up the top 25. 5 goals for him. As for assists, it goes to Hekimoglu. That feels right. I feel like Heki assisted all 11 of Hino's goals. So Hekimoglu, Playmaker of the season in Europa League. 10 assists for him. Michael Jackson with 8 assists. Felix Richardson, the Stinger, my boy, who is retiring at the end of this season. I'm going to miss him so much. 6 assists for him. Oscar Cole somehow made this list. 4 appearances, 4 assists. 100% assist record for him. And then the bottom three is all Drimtell players again. Lee Elliott, Nakamura, and Kato Yoshi. 3 assists each for those boys down there. Did we win the Golden Glove? We did not. Guilherme Restes picks up the Golden Glove. I don't know how many clean sheets we ended up keeping in the Europa. Dave Bartlett, 2. Arziani got 2, so I guess we kept 4 clean sheets total. That would have been good enough for second place. Hey boys, I don't know if this worked right, but I'm looking for regens for Felix Richardson and Hugo Barnard next season. So I've tried to make a note of the birthday. Felix Richardson, one of my favourite players from the beginning of this career mode since day one. 14th of August is his birthday. My birthday's the 15th of August. This is my brother right here, bro. I'm going to miss that guy so much. By the way, we got 179 million prize money for winning the Prem. We'll have to wait and see how much that gives us in the budget for next season, even though there won't be a Season 7. But still, a final international call-up. Lansari Amos to Ghana, Chris Rigg, Charlie Simmons, Lee Elliott and Oscar Cole all into the England squad. Pau Kubasi has made the Spanish national squad. And Ryan Armstrong called up to Scotland. Fair play to all the boys there going on international duty. Before we head into the squad report to see our players' stats and growth over the season, there are a few players with only 1 year left on their contract. So I'm going to renew the contracts before we head into the end of the season, because there's certain players who deserve paydays. Oscar Cole, 29 years old, in his prime right now. Crucial first team player. His current wage is 30 grand, and we need this man to be paid. We need to repay this man for everything he's done for this town, this club. We're going to give him a 3-year extension, disregard the release clause, and he wants 52k, 550k signing bonus, and 20 goal bonus, 2.2 million. I'm going to counter. I'm going to edit the wage. 52k weekly wage. How about 150? Oscar Cole, how about 150? Get your money, bro. Get your money. We should build a statue with this man in the town right now. It's not quite what the lad was hoping for, but we'll take 150. Okay. It's not quite what I was hoping for. I was hoping for 100k less, but I'll take the extra 100 grand a week. Oh, man. CM Mitch and Oscar Cole shaking hands there. And we have just made Oscar Cole the highest paid player at the club, just behind Dave Bartlett and Lee Elliott on 50k a week each. Felix Richardson, I'm glad we gave him a big payday with 40k a week before he did retire. Same with Barnard. Ryan Armstrong's on 32k though. Who the hell is that guy? The next man to extend the contract of is Riley Wilkinson. Now I've got a feeling he's going to retire next season, so he probably doesn't want an extension. But for the sake of being an old timer and the only OG left at the club with the retirements of Barnard and Richardson, I'm going to try and get him for 1 more year. Now then, with that out of the way, we can jump into our player stats. We're going to start off with the top goal scorer. And shout out to everyone in episode 1 when I asked who's going to be our top goal scorer this season. Shout out to everyone who said Oscar Cole. We just got interrupted there by Noah Bull. What's his face doing on screen? Oscar Cole, top scorer, 27 goals, 16 assists in 45 appearances. Outrageous. What is outrageous is Hekimoglu being second on this list. He barely played compared to some of the rest of the players on this list that you'll see. 31 appearances, only 18 in the league. A big 8 appearances in the Europa League. 9 goals, 10 assists in 8 games in the Europa. Outrageous performances from him. Even the 10 goals, 5 assists in 18 Premier League games. Hekimoglu, man, what a season he had when it felt like he didn't even really have a season. He went to Bayern Munich on loan last year, didn't complain, won the Champions League with them, came back here, won the Europa League with us and the Premier League, and we've got to shout out Hekimoglu, man, what a guy. And what a storyline for him to go out on loan, grow as much as he did, come back, not really find a place in the team, but still perform when we relied on him. I love him. But Oscar Cole, though, that's my MVP for the season. I can't lie to you, this has got to be our MVP. Third top goal scorer was Hino Tomohiro, no surprises there. When I was training this guy up in the youth academy, he felt more like a false 9, target forward, playmaker type that would hold the ball up and play it off to the other strikers around him in a 2-striker formation. However, bro, 3 assists and 19 goals, he's done the opposite. He's the killer, he's the goal scorer. And you feed him the ball, he's gonna score. 28 appearances, 19 goals. Incredible record right there. Also shafted by EA, only showing great potential for this season. He still went +4. We'll check the overalls in a minute. We're just looking at the stats for now. But that's something to keep an eye on, that potential status. Is that going to change for next season after a great 28 appearances here? With nearly double those appearances, though, is Lee Elliott, the club captain, the man who followed in his father's footsteps and lifted a Premier League trophy this season at the age of 25. 13 goals and 20 assists. You want a playmaker? That's a playmaker.
You want to talk about a playmaker? That's a playmaker. He made the play.
51 appearances for Kato Yoshi this season, the young 18-year-old winger. Are we running this guy into the ground? 51 games is a lot. But 13 goals and 10 assists, that's not bad output from the young winger who's only going to get better every year. A big 12 goals this season from Isaac Hassan. I can't remember exactly how many goals he had last season. Anyone with a better memory than me, let me know in the comments. Did Hassan improve on his goal scoring record? Because I feel like last season he scored about 20. So maybe he didn't, but nice 12 and 6 for him. 12 and 6 for Lansari Amos too. My comeback player of the season. Now that's controversial. I would not be mad to give comeback player of the season award to Hekimoglu, because look at those stats. He went under the radar. I feel like Amos had a bigger impact. At least it felt that way. But with less than half the assists and nearly half the goals as Hekimoglu, maybe Heki should be comeback player of the season. But Lansari Amos, I loved this guy's storyline from the beginning of the career mode to now. Ah, man, this was a fun player. Say what you will about Amos. I've hated the guy. I've loved the guy. That's what career mode's all about. The Lansari Amos storyline has been one of my favorites throughout this whole career mode, bro. Next up is Ito Shuhei. The less we say, the better. 11 goals, 4 assists for him. Never hit the heights that I really hoped this guy would when we first got him in the youth academy. I thought this guy was going to be a killer, 20 goals a season, but yeah, let me not even speak too much about him. Michael Jackson, one of my favorite super subs in the team. One of my favorite players to rely on in the, when we need to rotate in the cups and things like that. 6 goals, 14 assists for him. 14 assists is great for Michael Jackson. That is honestly great. 5 goals, 8 assists for Chris Rigg. A big 5 goals. We always say, when Chris Rigg scores, it's a big goal, and he got 5 big ones this season. Can we get 5 big booms for Chris Rigg? Boom! But I'm not going to do it, don't worry. 51 appearances for Peter Hood this season. That is a lot. I did not expect to see that. But I guess he filled in at right back when Jonathan Haber got injured. And he obviously came on as a sub a lot. But 51 appearances for Peter Hood. Wow. 4 goals, 3 assists, and just the 4 clean sheets. I don't think we kept any clean sheets when this guy was playing right back, to be honest. But that's an OG. That's a day one right there. James Fraser with a lot of appearances. He got 4 goals. When did James Fraser score 4 goals? Someone's lying. James Fraser did not score 4 goals and 1 assist for us. That's... What? When? When? He got more goals than Richard Mohammed? Really? Hey, Richard Mohammed, bro, I know you were a sub this year, but 87 overall, 3 goals and 4 assists is not good enough for Richard Mohammed. For strong right, weapons left. 3 goals, that's all he got this season. 3 goals for Felix Richardson and 7 assists. I really can't believe this guy's hanging up his boots. The purple boots to match the kit too. I can't keep going on about him because I will just start crying. But only 17 appearances, but what a farewell tour it was for Felix. 2 goals for Pau Kubasi, 2 for Simo, and 5 assists for him. 57 appearances for Simo this season. Talking about running players into the ground, 57. That might be the max amount of games that we played this season too. We sent out Ryusaki Satoshi on loan. We only get to see his stats from the Carabao Cup, but 4 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist, not bad. Masaoka with 1 goal in 41 appearances. Hasegawa, 1 goal, 1 assist, and you'll see his 1 goal very shortly in the goal of the season compilation, because what a screamer it was in the Europa League. And to finish off the list, we've got no more goal scorers, but Reece Ryan Armstrong did get 1 assist in 2 games that he played. Nakamura with 0 goals this season, but 7 assists. Again, like Richard Mohammed, I get it, because he was a sub mainly. There was games when Nakamura started, though. To get 0 goals, a donut! He got a donut? Are you kidding me? Me and Nakamura had the same amount of goals, and I was sat in my chair playing the game the whole season. He was on the pitch for 32 games, and we got the same amount of goals. That's crazy. I'm sorry, Nakamura, but that is crazy. 1 assist for Rob Sim, 1 for Dogo Sadami, 3 for Jonathan Haber, who still managed to play 42 games before that injury. No stats there for Arziani, but of course 11 clean sheets. How many did Dave get? Dave got 3 clean sheets in 11 games. Not bad. Well, now it's time for my favorite part of this end of season squad report. Let's take a look at the player growth, the overall changes, and the potential status changes we could see heading into next season. which again, there will not be a Season 7, but it's still fun to look at. Dave Bartlett, despite being 31 and being in his prime, big save Dave went +1 on the season. Contract expiring in 12 months. I gave him another contract and it still says that, so that's a shame. But we know he's at club since day one. Exciting prospect ITANI has to be potential to be special next season because +6, 80 overall. He got his playstyle plus. That's insane growth for the 19-year-old goalkeeper there, who only got better as the season went on. Still a bit dodgy, but that's just FC 25 goalkeepers for you. Charlie Simo's hit 22 years old now. That sounds crazy to say because he was, what, 18 at the start of the career mode? I feel like this guy, bro, you know, I feel... I can't... Oh, was he 16? I don't even know, but he's 22 now. It makes me feel old. We can't see his status no more. +5 on the season. One of the best left-backs of all time. Argue with Theon Greyjoy. And low-key, I can't even remember who my other left-back was in the Dream Chasers. Let me know in the comments below. I always remember Theon, Toby Brown, but who was our other left-back in the other career mode? Because the right-backs were Juan Jose Mina. And then the next year was Matthew Barton, the Trent regen. So who was our left-back? I don't know, but Charlie Simo, what a legend. Brendan Michaels, potential to be special, +3 on the season. Potential to be special needs, maybe, but like... Pau Kubasi, +3, 88 overall. What an absolute break shit house. Hugo Barnard, moment of silence and salute for Hugo Barnard. That's a legend of the club right there. Farewell, my friend. You definitely lost it at the end of your career, Hugo. At the start of the career mode, what a player. But at the end, he lost it, bro. I can't lie. Enjoy retirement, Hugo. It's been fun. Doggo Sodomy, what an absolute dog. There's a reason it's in his name. Potential to be special. If EA take that away from him next season, I'm going to flip. +5 on the season. That's not as much growth as I would have liked to see from Doggo. I want him to hit 80 as soon as possible so we can try and get aerial plus, power header plus, and make him an absolute dog from corners. Masaoka only went +3, showing great potential, but he had a lot of game time this season. I'm hoping EA boost him for next season, even though there won't be a Season 7. But still, he deserves it, bro. Only +3. But again, another player I really wanted to get a playstyle plus on, because either one of these two, aerial plus, anticipate plus, would have been great to have on a centre-back. James Fraser went +3. He's joining Fulham on loan when the transfer window opens. We had a few players out on loan this season too. We'll go over them as we go through the squad reports. Marcus Roberts +5. Shout out to him. Maybe he can be a backup left-back if Brendan Michaels does go. I'm talking as if there's a Season 7. There's not. I'm sorry to get hopes up, but I'm just still talking as if I'm going to play this off camera, which I won't. Jonathan Haber, only +3. That injury definitely stunted his growth this season, and I hope for next season he's still potential to be special because he deserves it. And another player I really hoped would get a playstyle plus, because every single one of these are sensational for a fullback. I really was hoping it would be pinged pass plus though, because his pinged passes, even though his passing stats suck, that pinged pass playstyle, say that 5 times fast, Jesus Christ. Rob Sim has been at club since 2027, since we got him in, and no change in his potential status, only +1 on the season, but he's played every single game and he's played out of his skin in every single game. EA, give this man a playstyle plus. Give him a playstyle plus. He should be potential to be special. What do I have to do to get him to change potential status, bro? He's still only 20. He's played so many games at the top level at 20. What do we have to do, EA? Hasegawa Toshi is now the same overall as him, showing great potential. He's 1 year older. He's somehow got showing great potential, and Rob Sim doesn't. Hasegawa +3. Shout out to him. He's a solid backup for Rob Sim. We were forced to promote Ibrahim Rumfe from the youth academy. It's a shame to see. He's an exciting prospect. Probably won't be next season because he barely played. Still +5 coming in from the youth academy. Riley Wilkinson -2 overall this season. He's in his twilight years. I expect him to announce retirement for next season. We sent Hayashida Kosami out on loan to Hertha BSC, aka Reo Mikage, the Chameleon, the Purple Head, Enigma, +3 on the season for Hayashida. Chris Rigg, my boy, 23 years old now, that makes me feel old. +3 on the season for him. He is 88 overall, tied with Pau Kubasi. Felix Richardson only went -1 in his final season. This guy could have definitely played another season or two. The James Milner of Drimtell Town. The LeBron James of Drimtell Town. His longevity is crazy. He will be missed. Felix, moment of silence and a salute for you. Enjoy retirement, my friend. Peter Hood, we pointed out before in the club stats. He's gone +4. He's 85 overall now, 23 years old, a bit like Simo. Those two came into the team at the same time. The fact that they're both this old now is making me feel old in real life. It's crazy. Noah Bull went +0 on the season. That was James Milner's actual regen. It's a shame to see he didn't become an absolute beast, but still. +2 for Lee Elliott, one of the world's best. Say that again. One of the world's best. Let's go, man. That's my captain right there. And I'm sure for a lot of people, their MVP of the career mode, their player of the season, and player of the series. Ansari Amos only went +1 overall, but I mean, he's up at 87 anyway. You know, pretty much maxed out on all his stats and potential. He was a great addition to have back in the squad this year. Very fun player to use. Richard Mohammed +3, despite barely playing. Same as last season, barely played, still went crazy in his overall growth. You love to see it. Shout out to Richard Mohammed, one of my favourite players to use from the beginning with strong right, weapons left. You know I love One Piece? The fact I could incorporate a One Piece reference into this guy, Cyborg Mohammed. Shout out to him, bro. Super series for him. Isaac Hassan, still only 21 years old, potential to be special. He's up at 86 overall now. He's on his way to 90. Nakamura Naoki, 85 overall, 0 goals on the season. What else is there to say about him? He does not feel like 85 overall in game, I'll say that. He really doesn't. I love this guy when he played in behind Cole as a second striker in that one season. I think that was season 3 or 4. Absolutely loved him in that role there, but since we swapped formation and stuff, he just never really fit in anywhere else. And it was a shame, but it was a fun season while it lasted. Michael Jackson, exciting prospect. I'd probably agree he should stay that for next season. If it goes down, I'll be fuming. If it goes up, I'll be made up. But if it stays the same, I'll be content because I feel like that's where he is at, basically, is an exciting prospect. Reece Ryan Armstrong's 22, so we can't see his status. He's on a loan list anyway, +2 for him. He's the same rating as Michael Jackson right now, but definitely not the same quality as him. Kato Yoshi, potential to be special. Again, one of my favourite players from this career mode. This is a season review, by the way, of the team. You know, we're looking at our season stats, but also I'm low-key thinking about like the past 6 seasons when I go through each of these players. Because this is the last time we're going to do this in the squad hub. I know some people don't really like this segment and will skip over it, but I love seeing the player growth. And I know we're talking about one season specifically, but we're basically talking about all 6 seasons combined when I talk about these players right now. Probably should have said that at the start of the squad report and not at the end of it, but still, it is what it is. Kato Yoshi, potential to be special. He should still be that next season. Hit 80 overall, get a playstyle plus, and be an absolute beast. What's he got? Rapid, chip shot, finesse shot. If he can get rapid plus on the wing, what an absolute dog. Oscar Clone, 0 growth for him, but still a very funny player to have at the club. The fact that we have Oscar Cole's twin at 5'9", that is just so funny to me. Heki Moglu, one of the world's best. No improvement in his overall, but at 92, there's not much place to go. You know, you hit ceiling, and sometimes you can't break out to that ceiling. But our number 9, Heki Moglu, one of the world's best. I'm sure a lot of people voted this guy for comeback player of the year. Oscar Cole +2 at club since. He should be one of the world's best too. I know that only goes to 90 overall players, but this is Oscar bloody Cole. This is a Cole world. Heat'll blast through the speakers. This is one of my favourite strikers of all time. Now, there's a lot to compete with in the Drimtell. Moses Ibrahim, Robin Devo, Arthur Vilk, Marcio Barbosa. We always seem to have 2 strikers that stand out in these career modes, but Oscar Cole has undoubtedly been the one standout striker in this career mode. He's going in the Hall of Fame of Drimtell legends. That would actually be a fun video idea. A Drimtell Hall of Fame. But I'd pretty much put every single player in there, so we can't do that. You know what? Let me pitch it to the crowd. If you guys want to see a Hall of Fame for the Drimtell, starting in FIFA 23, FIFA 24, FIFA 25, let me know what player you would like to see inducted into the Drimtell Hall of Fame. We round off the squad report with Hino Tomohiro, +4 on the season, only showing great potential. That should go up next season. I can't believe it dropped for this one. And Ito Shuhei also went +4, potential to be special. That should drop. The fact he had potential to be special this season and Hino Tomohiro dropped makes 0 sense to me at all in the slightest, but it is what it is. Speaking of Arthur Vilk, his son Sebastian Vilk, +2 this season, playing out in Turkey. Shout out to him. He's here to get a payday. Satoshi Ryusaki, we've already mentioned him in the squad report, +4 on the season for the tall left-footed Japanese striker with the shirt tucked in and the man bun. That is a serious looking player right there. But that is going to round off the squad report for Season 6 and for the Drimtell. While we're on the topic of player growth, I wanted to quickly highlight our youth academy. It's a very small youth academy right now, and there's nobody who'll probably ever see the light of day out of here. But Alex Myers, we are training as a playmaker. For some reason, this goalkeeper has the centre mid playmaker playstyle, so I thought it'd be fun to train him as that. See what happens. Oscar Hood, possibly related to Peter Hood. He's from a different country though. +4 for him. We have Cello, the big 6'7" South African. He's hit 16 years old now, so he's stopping his growth. And his parents are probably thankful that he stopped growing at 6'7", because every single day he was growing in a shoe size. +4 for Ekene Amos, another relative of the Amos clan. 6'2" for this 15-year-old. Can he end up 6'7" by the time he's 16? +4 for Oden, a DM backup we were looking at with a big afro and big playstyles. +7 for Francisco Tavares. This guy is really fun to play with in the midfield, I can't lie, when we play the Youth Academy tournaments. Whipped pass, block, intercept, and technical dribbling playstyles. Very fun box-to-box centre mid. But the big man in our Youth Academy, finally of age, 16 years old. He is 5'11". Intercept is his only playstyle. Can play DM or centre-back. It's Ono Kotaro. I was really looking forward to getting this guy in the team, but he's only just turned 16 at the end of the season. So he's probably never going to get on the pitch. Or will he? +6 on the season for him, 65 overall, 92 to 94 potential. Just for the sake of content, I do think it will be fun to end this season, go into the next season and check those potential statuses, just so we can shout at EA one last time. Here we go then, 5 competitions this season. We won the Prem, round 5 of the FA Cup, semi-final of the Carabao Cup, group stage of the pre-season tournament, but winners of the Europa League. Let's start the new season. New beginnings are around the corner. And that is a metaphor for this YouTube channel. Here we go then, July 2020. I don't even know what year this is. 2030 we are in, not 2020 anything. We have the FA Community Shield against Bournemouth. Obviously the winners of the Premier League against the winners of the FA Cup. Week after that we have the Super Cup. The Europa League winners play against the Champions League winners. And then 3 days later the Prem starts. Is that really how close it is? That doesn't seem fair. But like I say, I just thought it'd be fun to enter our team, have a look at our potential status changes. Before we get into that though, I think we should close off last season. So let's do that with the Goal of the Season award. On the screen, you're about to see a compilation of the best goals of the season with a number next to them. Just drop the number in the comments below of what you think is the best goal of the season. But make sure you stay tuned until the end of the episode. There's a big thing coming, so make sure you stay watching. And there goes Højlund off the pitch. They're bringing on a centre-back to try and solidify that defence. Now they have no striker. And here we go, Lee Elliott with playstyle plus, set piece plus. This has got to be a goal. Surely. This has got to be a goal. Elliott over the wall, and it's in, it's 2-0. It is a goal, let's go. Come on. Arsenal wanted a three-peat, but the Dreamers said, wake up. What a pass, Mohamed. Let's go, Hekimoglu. What a goal this could be. Get in, Heki! Oh, I was looking for the sweaty, but we've gone with Heki. He's repaid our faith. What a pass that was from Mohamed. The throw from ITANI was absolute Tom Brady stuff. Pinpoint, perfect, dot. The pass first time from Mohamed to Heki. I am just the best. Big head again, Masaoka dominating. Gyökeres, he said, get out of town. I'm him. Who do you think you are? I am! Who do you think you are? I am!
That's right! Who do you think you are? I am!
Let's go! What a goal! Hino, my days!
Warm welcome to you from Seville in southern Spain and the Estadio Benito Villamarin. I'm Guy Mowbray and I'm joined by the former...
Elliott looking for the switch. Amos first touch of the ball. He's found Chris Rigg on the overlap. A dart and run from Charlie Simo! And he scored in the Europa League. Our boy Simo, what a start to the game that is. Yeah, oh my God, what a start. And Mitch fuming, the boss, saying, look, lad, he's stamped on him, bro. Could have injured our man there. Let's just whip this into the back of the net with Lee Elliott, though. Oh! Stop it. Oh, lovely play. Kato Yoshi. Early cross. We're looking for Oscar Cole. Cole getting ambitious. He's feeling himself, man. Amos with the long shot. What a strike! It's in. You could just tell that was going in as soon as it left his foot. That is special. Lansari Amos redemption on his mind when he thinks about it. Hey man, it's been a while since I've said that. We did used to call him Tusojito. He lived up to his name there. Doggo Sadami said, get the fuck out of here, that's my ball. Hasegawa might want a long shot, you know. Lad, I can't shout because my throat's battered. My throat is absolutely battered. But I would be screaming the house down right now if I was fully match fit, bro. Oh man, that's a big one. I'm not match fit. I've got Masaoka fitness right here, bro. 66 stamina. But look at that for a strike from our DM, lad. I didn't even know, bro. I did not know he had that in his bag. Hasegawa, I was not familiar with your game. You're going on the thumbnail for that one right there. That's a goal of the season. Kato and Hino. These two. Hino. That's an unbelievable finish right there, mate. That is an unbelievable finish. There's nothing else you can say. This guy's got like 64 finishing stats, but look at that. He does have the finesse shot trait playstyle, whatever you want to call it, but look at that. Hino and Ito, ain't it familiar? Youth Academy brothers. Yeah, came through the Youth Academy together. Kato broke through into the first team a bit earlier than Hino, but look at that. Outside the box, the composure and the confidence to even take that shot. Oh, that's beautiful football. Isaac Hassan on the assist. What do I know? What do I know? Who even am I? That is beautiful footy. Look at that first time pass. That is... Oh my god. That's assist of the season right there. I don't care. That felt so satisfying to pull off. How has Liao fed that through? I do not know, but Rob Sim picking up the pieces. My guy. Here we go now. Kato. Inside. Richard Mohammed. Mohammed find that pass to Ito. He's in behind Ito. What a finish! What a finish! Ito Shuhei, what a finish! Oh my days, I did not expect that from him. He is showing maturity today. Elliot, why not let it fly? I'm open. Why not let it fly?
Mr. Splash Man, I'll make it splash,
Why not let it fly, Elliot? That's what I'm talking about, Captain. Left the keeper scrambling. Doggo Sadami, that is unbelievable play recognition and vision. The interception right there, sensational. And we've got Simo down the wing now. I don't like that. Let's get the ball out. Hino, what a turn. He's just 360'd on a man. And Hino, inside, the dribbling. Oh my days. Tomohiro. Hino, take a bow. The touch, the 360, the spin, the little outside foot tap inside to open the angle for the shot. Past the defender. That is beautiful.
Alongside me is Sue Smith for commentary, and we've got action from the first leg of the round of 16 in the Europa League coming up. How do you see this one going then, Sue?
Yeah, it's a big game.
That's how you score fucking goals. What a finish that is, Hino. Let's go. That's how you score goals. That's how you start games. Let's go. Lad, I'm still fuming off that Chelsea game. You know, I should have just restarted, innit? I should have restarted the game, lad, because EA have royally screwed us there. But what a goal that is. Amos to Heki to Hino and Ito Shuhei. You'll be lucky if you get on this pitch today. As always, let me know in the comments below your favourite goal of the season. Let's take a quick look through our squad. Arziani, exciting prospect. That has not changed. Brendan Michaels has dropped to showing great potential. Doggo Sadami, potential to be special. At club since for Masaoka Kazuhiro. That is such disrespect from EA. I'm very glad Sadami has potential to be special, but come on, bro. Masaoka did enough last season to be an exciting prospect at least. That's a joke. Jonathan Haber still potential to be special, even after his injury. Love to see that for him. Rob Sim is still at club since EA. Why are you doing my boy like that? He should have had a potential status upgrade at least once in this career mode. They hating for real. Hasegawa still showing great potential. No change for him. Ibrahim Rumfer sadly did drop to showing great potential. Riley Wilkinson has confirmed he's hanging up the boots at the end of this season. One of the OGs of the club. He is bowing out just like Felix and Hugo in the last season. Isaac Hassan still potential to be special. No surprises there. He'll hit 90 overall. by the end of the season. Exciting prospect for Michael Jackson. I said that. I hope he stayed the same, and he did. Kato Yoshi potential to be special. There would have been riots in the streets of Drimtell Town if that changed. Only showing great potential again for Hino Tomohiro. That is disrespect. What about Ito Shuhei? Has potential to be special. How? How? That makes no sense, bro. Oh my god, EA. Oh, they never fail to surprise me. Exciting prospect there for Ryusaki Satoshi to round off the new squad. Status changes. Dave Bartlett, by the way, no signs of retirement for him. He's still big save Dave. But with that, a chapter closes in Drimtell Town, and with the help of his captain Lee Elliott, CM Mitch returns to his family basement. The relics of old in that basement, we all know about it. It's a Cash Money Mark museum down there, but it's time for Cash Money Mitch to make his own shelf in that museum. With the help of Lee Elliott, they move in boxes, trophies, Manager of the Month awards, participation medals, Premier League winner medals, and Europa League winner medals. It's a bittersweet feeling for Mitch. He's done this all without any guidance from his father, despite his father being one of the greatest managers of all time. CM Mitch has forged his own path, yet he can't help but feel, I wish my dad had seen this. I wish he was able to see what I have become. Of course, Mitch has never heard from his father pretty much his entire life, and he's had no idea what he's been up to. The only thing we got was that letter back when Mitch first discovered his family basement. As Lee Elliott was moving around some boxes on the shelves, suddenly he felt a piece of paper drop, a postcard of sorts. When he picked it up, he saw what resembled a building, which he couldn't quite make out as the print had faded after such a long time sat on the shelf. Elliott flipped over the card, and on the back, it read, "From Cash Money Mark." What does this mean? Will Lee Elliott share the postcard with CM Mitch? Who will he show it to? Will he leave it where he found it? Will he take it home for Morgan Elliott, his dad, to take a look at? See if he can recognise the building in the picture? We'll have to wait and find out. Lee Elliott kept it hidden for now as he didn't want to ruin the mood of the boss, the final boss. And for one final time, they said their goodbyes and walked home. CM Mitch that night, with the jubilation of winning the Premier League and the Europa League, he headed to bed. Now with the adrenaline still pumping through his body, Mitch was tossing and turning and he could not sleep. Eventually, after hours of thinking and staring at the ceiling, Mitch fell asleep. And during his slumber, he had one final dream. It's